Hi guys, William Smith here with Patriot Containers, bringing you another educational video of the cargo container industry. This one's not exposing anything. This is just me talking about a topic that I always try to find topics about what's going on in the industry. So in this one, it's financing, rent to own, or payment plans. I have some companies that can finance your container, but you have to go through a background check. They have to check your credit score. And then you normally commit to like a monthly payment and it's going to be locked into a contract. I have opinions on this and I'll tell you why. Number one, I don't rip off people. I don't rip off customers. The prior industry I was in before selling cargo containers on my own, I used to get people out of debt, and it was driven based off of performance. You only got paid if you did a good job for your customers, and if you didn't do a good job or enter that customer into a settlement, the company never collected any fees and I never got paid. I actually had to do a good job, which is good. You don't want to collect fees up front because then there's no incentive to do the work. So my history is actually helping people and telling the truth and not overselling and changing people's lives for the better. So when it comes to like financing and all these companies that do financing, I understand that there's some people in this world that don't, or it's not don't, well, technically yes. Maybe they don't want to use all their money up front to buy a cargo container and they just want to make a monthly payment and hopefully own that container at a specific date that's going to be on a contract and you're going to sign and agree to this. And then there's some people that just don't have all the money at all or no credit card and they have to enter into some type of agreement. I get asked all the time, do I do financing or stuff like that? And I kind of cringe at that, and I'll tell you why. Let's say, I'm just going to make up a general number. Let's say you call me and I can sell you a good condition used 40-footer delivered to your location for $3,000. Make that number simple, $3,000. Could be less, could be more, depending on how far and what condition and on what area it is, but let's just say $3,000. Let's say you talk to a company and they'll finance you the container for 50 months of $120. Sounds great. 50 months. 50 months is 4.16 years. Well, the container I was going to sell you at $3,000 and 50 times 120 is $6,000. If somebody doesn't have enough money to buy something, why would you pay double the price? You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's kind of like, so I always tell people, well, why would you fill out a contract and go through a credit check and get locked into a contract that you cannot breach? And if you breach it, they come and take your container. Why would you do that? You're smarter to put that $3,000 on a credit card and you're totally in control of your payments. You can finance it forever and drag it on till, for 30 years. You could pay it off next month, but nobody has control of you and you're in control of how many payments you want it to be. And that's up to your credit card company as well. So you can pay it off next month, drag it on for minimum payments forever, but at least you're in control of your financing of the container itself. And you're not stuck into a contract. And I just feel like I sell cargo containers. And all I want to do is deliver you a cargo container, whether it's a good used one or a good new one, and call it a day. I don't want to put you in debt of overselling you something for a profit. And that's just where my heart is. I don't think I think a lot of these companies that are financing containers, you're never going to pay what the real amount is. You're going to pay sometimes double what that amount is. And that being said, I don't believe in financing a container. Use your credit card, or save up till you can pay for the container for what it's really worth, and don't pay double for the container and make minimum payments. But you as a customer, you have that complete right to decipher which way you want to go. That's up to you. You're the customer. That's my beliefs. I feel every time somebody asks me, will you finance a container for me? I always feel like, look, I'm trying to sell you a container. I don't want to put you in debt and lock you into a monthly payment plan for God knows how long. And then if you do that, you need to check out that monthly payment and times it by how many months it's going to take to pay it off, and then you're going to figure out what you really paid for that container. That being said, it's my thoughts on financing, rent to own, and payment plans. But back to what the customer protection agreement. I'm still kind of working on finalizing things, but if this agreement, and you call me, I will email you this agreement over. And this strips all the rights and terms conditions from the companies that are trying to rip you off, and it puts you as a customer in total control of, so they have no power of ripping you off. You must pay by credit card, and the company must sign this. I will sign this agreement if you call me, and I will send it to you. So I show up on the right day. I don't lie to my customers. And I sell good used and good new containers. So this has refund guarantee protection, waiver of restocking fees and cancellation fees, and the rights for you to actually inspect your container before accepting the container. There's always these loopholes of what these companies are trying to do to you. But it protects you as a customer from getting ripped off. If the companies do not sign this contract, you got to figure it out. If this thing protects you as a customer from buying a product from them, and they won't sign it, you might want to rethink things. But I will sign this. I've been running my business for 10 years the correct way, with customers first and me last. And I don't have a single complaint from any customers that ever bought a container from me. So that's it. Have a great one, guys. Goodbye.